All right, well, nothing in life comes without its challenges. And turns out I bought a boat that has skin cancer, or what would resemble skin cancer anyways. I didn't even know it was possible with aluminum boats. But basically the 8 foot on the back of this boat, the bottom is flaking and peeling and corroded really bad in a number of spots, especially right where the strakes, the rails that are welded to the bottom of the boat are. And some of the holes in the pitting are like over 1/8 of an inch deep, and the plating is only 3/16, so it's really, really thin in some spots. I tried grinding it out and it was just bad. I was chasing these cracks and flakes and layers of aluminum falling off. So what I've decided to do is I bought 2 sheets of 3/16 thick aluminum, and I'm just going to replate this bottom back 8 feet of the boat. So it's going to be a pain in the butt because I have to cut all these welds, cut the keel weld, go on the inside and cut where all the baffles and ribs are, and cut out these 4x8 sections on either side, right? One plate here and one on the other side. So I'm jacking up the boat in the middle here, which is kind of making it a little bit precarious. So that I can remove all this blocking and make a deck for the welders to be able to lay on, because they're going to have to weld on their backs. Oh, and they're not happy about it. But thankfully they're going to help me out. So I'm going to make it as easy as possible for them by doing all the rough work myself and cutting out all this aluminum. So yeah, I got ready to watch me curse and swear and time lapses of me with the grinder covered in dust for like the next 2 days. So here's a little taste of what's going on. See, the aluminum is just peeling in a number of areas. And it's rotted through in this spot right here. There's a leak in the bottom, but you can see some of the pitting in here is really quite deep.
Hey guys, just a heads up for those of you out there who are interested in learning Kamiko. Neil Paskin is going to be teaching a course in June with the Makers Mob, showing you everything from material preparation, building your own jigs, and cutting and assembling the Kamiko patterns. If you want more information on the course, click the link in the description box below, because registration ends June 13th.
Yeah, see, I tried grinding some of these spots out, and you can see that they're like cracks inside the aluminum. Right here, you can see how I've been trying to chase it, and it just keeps going back and back. You just have to keep grinding more and more material off. You know, and these holes are really, really quite deep, like they're almost all the way through. Now, there's nothing seems to be in between the strakes. It's just where these strakes were welded onto the hull, and then from here forward seems all good to the front of the boat. It's just this back section that's really bad. Now I have a hunch that I know what caused the problem, so let me tell you. So when I went to purchase this boat, it didn't hit me right away, but I realized it after I did a bit of research. But the guy that sold me this boat, it was sitting in the water. It had about 4 inches of mussels and oysters and barnacles on the bottom, just thick blanket. It took me hours and hours to power wash off. But the other thing I realized is that he had a couple sheets of pressure treated plywood covering over these fish bays or whatever to kind of act as a makeshift deck. And I don't know how long the plywood had been there, probably several years. And so I researched it online, and it turns out the pressure treated wood has copper in it, and copper is not compatible with aluminum. It erodes and eats holes in aluminum. A lot of old guys will say, oh, you know, you can flick a penny in the bottom of an aluminum boat and it'll eat a hole right through the hull. Well, when you use pressure treated wood and then the rain soaks on that wood and all those copper ions or whatever leach into the water and then drip and sit in the bottom of the boat. And there's pitting on the inside here where I believe that copper in the water started, you know, eating away the boat. And I don't know if it ate all the way through because I filled the boat up with water on the inside and it was only leaking in a couple spots. So the other spots still seem to be holding water, but with all the cracks and flaking and stuff and the fact that I'm going to be keeping this boat in the lake where the property is, I just don't want to have to haul it out after going through all the work setting this up and then have to do these repairs down the road in another year or two. Right? It might be okay, but for me, I'd rather be sure that this boat is rock solid before I even launch it into the lake and start working with it, right? I don't want to be working with a boat that's going to all of a sudden start taking on more water than the bilge pump can handle. So that's why we're doing some serious surgery here, and hopefully we can remove it all and get some clean welds, because welding new aluminum to old aluminum, especially aluminum that's been in the water for a long time, can be problematic. So I got to do a lot of prep work to make sure these joints are really clean and well sanded and ready to take a good weld. So this is either going to be a fail video or a success video. At this point, we don't know, but we'll know in a bit. Okay, so I got my little shop stools here with a big timber across them. They're gusseted with plywood. I think we can handle the weight here. Most of the weight's going to be on this front beam. I've braced these over there, crisscrossing opposite ways, so there should be enough shear strength. And then I'm going to put this block up against the hull of the boat so that the bottle jack, it disperses the weight of the bottle jack. Extend the little handle here. Hope we have this balanced properly. Okay, I'm gonna go pump the other side an equal amount. I'll let you know if it falls over. If you want to know what some of your favorite makers are doing on the weekly, we are doing live hangouts every week with different makers from the Makers Mob. If you want to be able to tune into those live videos, click the link in the description box below to get more information. All right, so I'm trying to fit this bilge pump skin fitting, I think it's called, or a through hull fitting. So the 1 1/8 pipe or whatever will fit onto here with a hose clamp and go through the hull right here. So it's just below the decking, but obviously as high up from the water line as possible. Not that if any water got in there, it'd be a big deal because the pump would just push it back out. And I'm just using an 1.5" hole saw here. Just eyeball my center. All right. Okay, I think I'm gonna grab a file and just deburr that. Now I picked a plastic fitting because I obviously don't want any dissimilar metals, right? You can get stainless and stuff, but I don't want any kind of dissimilar metals touching the aluminum, so plastic's cheap and it doesn't have any reaction with the metal like stainless would. All right, she's been deburred. Okay, put a little black Sikaflex on there. And I'm gonna go on the inside and just hand tighten this little nut on there. I was gonna climb on the inside, then I realized there's no bottom on this boat right now. I can just go in from underneath. All right, should do it. A little bit of caulk squeeze out all the way on the end. That's a good sign. Oh, I think I was a marine technician or something. For the record, I don't know what I'm doing. But I will by the time I'm done. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am beyond excited right now. Because get this. See, there's something about when things are ready to happen in your life, like it just falls into place. Okay? Like I've been striving and trying to find, this property for so long, and then all of a sudden we found it. We were able to purchase it, and now all the things that we need are just slowly dropping into our lap right as we need them. Like this skiff. I've been looking at boats for years and I haven't seen a skiff, searching aluminum boats and just keeping my eye on the market, and all of a sudden, right when I need it, the skiff, it's in my town, it's 5 minutes from my house, and I got it. Sure, it needs some work, okay? Get this, I need a gas tank, right? I've been looking online, there's all sorts of kind of used ones, they're all way too small. Turns out the boat, the Sea King boat that actually my partners bought me out of so that I could buy this boat, turns out it has a small leak in the gas tank. One of these little plug welds on top for the baffles in the tank was leaking. And so they called the company, and the company is just gonna send them a new one instead of repairing this one. So they're like, dude, just take the tank for free. We're getting a new one shipped to us. So they've given me this tank, and they've already even put a seal over top of the leak. So I'm obviously gonna pressure test this thing and put soapy water all over it, make sure that there's no other little pinhole leaks or anything. But I gotta do a little bit of modifying to the frame of the boat to get this in, but it shouldn't be too bad. And like this would have cost me like $1,500. And I got it. And I didn't have to wait to have it built or anything. So I'm just so stoked about that. It's perfect size too. It's about 250 liters, which will, be a good size tank for the motor that I got, a 200 horsepower. So yeah, I'm just now in the process of figuring out where I'm going to put this in the boat and how I'm going to mount it. It's already got these little tabs for it to sit on and everything. So just got to do a little bit of cutting and then weld a little ledge for these tabs to sit on so that I can bolt through them, and I'll have a fuel tank ready to go. Woo-hoo, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I've spent pretty much a week underneath this boat grinding, cutting, cleaning, grinding, cutting, and you know the drill. And I finally got a piece in place here, and now I'm just waiting for the welders to show up, or welder. And I'm still holding my breath. A lot of anxiety right now because there's still several variables that could derail this project real quickly. Wind being one, not good to weld in the wind, I would believe, because it takes away your shielding gas and your welds don't take as well. That's just my guess. Rain, we don't want water on the work that we're welding. And the age of the metal, that's the other kind of big question mark, because this skiff was built, I think, in the late 70s, and it's been in the ocean probably ever since. So you can get salts and stuff in the metal. So I'm just really hoping that the old aluminum welds to the new aluminum and we can get this thing watertight. I don't really care what it looks like at this point, just as long as it's watertight. So let's hope everything goes smoothly. And I gotta make another wind barrier here before the welder shows up. How's it going?
Oh,
Just stacking dimes?
good. What's that?
Just stacking some dimes?
Nice.
Yeah. Looking good. Me like it. All right, so I want to give a huge shout out to Pacific Coast Metal Crafts, in person Calvin, the master welder, and I offered, because he was on a bit of a time crunch, I was like, hey, I can help with the welding if you really need me to. He was a little bit worried because I hadn't welded aluminum before, so last night, while his welders were in my shop, I decided to do some skill testing, and, you know, what do you think of that?
You see that?
It's you know, it's got I got promise. You know, there's some.
I think it was a good thing that you brought me here.
Yeah. So a lot of people comment on my videos and be like, you make it look so easy, and everything fits so nicely, and I'm like, well, it kind of is, and I never really understood why people were kind of pumping up my skills until I saw the witchcraft that this guy can pull off with a welder, and when I tried my own hand at it, I was like, it's a good thing I did not go out and spend money on a welder and try and do this myself, because it would have been an absolute disaster. Okay, so when it comes to certain things, i.e. welding aluminum, hire a professional, okay? So be sure to check out Pacific Coast Metal Craft on Instagram. They got an awesome page and an amazing crew of awesome people that are even more awesome at fabricating and welding. So check them out, and until the next video, guys, Samurai out. Dude, those are some nice welds.